Hey YouTube, and welcome back to the channel R.N.FitLife. In this arm tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to build your biceps and triceps with good form and posture. So let's begin. In this first exercise, what we're going to be doing is single arm preacher curls. The goal of this exercise is you want to focus on the squeeze. As you see, I'm extending my arm doing the eccentric movement, and as I bring the weight closer to me, I'm squeezing doing the concentric movement. You want to focus on controlling the weight and having that mind-muscle connection. You see, as I switch to my other arm, I have my shoulder hugged up on the top of the pad and my elbow locked in. Your elbow should not be moving left or right. Your elbow should be stationary as you're using your bicep to curl the weight. If your elbow starts to move off the mat, the weight is too heavy, and I suggest you grab a lighter weight and focus on the exercise with squeezing at the top. This exercise is great for building the peak of your biceps. Also, you also want to be cautious of not using the weight too much because you don't want to have any distal tears or tear any tendons or dislocate your bicep. Here it is at another angle where I'm showing you where I'm focusing, controlling the weight, having that mind-muscle connection, and just using my bicep to guide the weight towards me during the concentric movement and then away from me in the eccentric movement. Here it goes again with my other hand. Focus on the squeeze. Control the weight. And then once you master this, you can then start to increase the weight when this starts to get easy for you. But I suggest starting off light. It's not about the weight, it's all about the form. And that will grow your bicep. Moving on, now we're going to be doing some rope press downs. This is actually a great exercise to work on your tricep head. What you want to focus on is when you grab the rope, you want to use your triceps to straighten your arms and extend. And then once you reach the bottom, you want to separate the rope and spread it at the bottom and create a space in between the rope. That right there will engage in your triceps, as you can see it popping out in the back of my arm and creating that horseshoe look, the horseshoe appearance. Here it is from a different angle, and all you want to do is tighten your core, lock your elbows, and squeeze at the bottom. The more weight that you put on here, the more your core is going to be engaged to keep you from rocking back and forth. Focus on the squeeze. Now we're going to be doing some rope hammer curls. First thing I should suggest you do on this exercise is retract your shoulders. That will keep you from creating any impingements later on in your fitness journey. And after that, what you want to do is you want to use your biceps and pull the rope. And the same thing as you did with the rope press downs is you want to, at the top, separate the rope and create that space. That will engage your biceps and focus on the short head of your biceps. Here's another angle to demonstrate what I mean by separating the rope so you can get that peak performance in your biceps. This is a great exercise, and as I stated before, when you go heavier in the weight, you want to keep your core tight. Next, we're doing some overhead tricep extensions. When you perform this exercise, you want to take one step forward to create some room from when you pull the weight that you're comfortable using. It doesn't slam on the weight at the bottom. And as you are pulling the rope over your head, you want to keep the same routine as we've been doing in the previous exercises, and that's separate the rope at the end, at the peak movement. Here's another angle to show you the same thing. Separate the rope, and squeeze the whole time. Keep your triceps engaged. Only thing that should be working is your triceps. Try to keep that mind muscle connection. Now we're doing some close grip bench. This is actually a real good exercise to build your triceps. What you want to focus here is, as you see what my hands are, is instead of, the stance that you want to have is not as like a regular bench, but you actually want to move your wrists, your hands closer in. This will then put more emphasis on your triceps, so when you come down, you want to control the weight, and then you want to press with your triceps. This is actually a game changer, and this will actually really build thickness in your triceps. Again, you want to focus on the squeeze, but control the weight down. And as you go heavier on the weight, you may want to use some wrist straps because it can be strenuous on your wrists. Next, we're moving into some hammer curls, which is a unilateral movement, meaning you're going to do 10 on each arm. And this is definitely a good bicep builder, and it will also create a good peak in your bicep. You want to do every exercise, you want to do 3 sets of 10, and this one is actually going to be 10 on each arm. This is actually a unilateral movement, and it's good to incorporate these into your workouts because it's good to work on any imbalances that you have when you're using one arm at a time versus any exercises that involves both of your hands at the same time. I hope that you find this information informative for you. Please comment, subscribe, like, and hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.